welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video, which is a Cherryz haul. Can you see that box? You can't see that box. It's a big box. I'm going to put it on the chair to give me a fighting chance of having some space on the table. Okay, it is a Cherryz haul for you today. The lovely people at Cherryz got in touch and they asked would I be interested in ordering some stuff from their Christmas range to show you guys. So I said very much so. Now, I'm filming this, where are we? We're mid-November, and that's a little bit early for me for Christmas. I don't normally begin to get very festive until probably about the 8th or 9th of December. I like to make Christmas be at Christmas. However, I know lots of you get started early in that. You do you. If you're feeling festive now, so be it. Some of you got your trees up already. I've driven around and seen some decorations up already. I think after the year we had last year, when everybody wasn't even sure whether we were going to get any kind of Christmas, and when we had a very limited window for family Christmas, I think people are maybe going a bit more all out this year. So when Cherryz said to me in November, would I like to order some Christmas stuff, I thought, why not? They've given me a little bit of a challenge. I've got notes. I've got notes. They asked me to order 5 specific things, not actual items, but 5 categories. So an item that's been on my wish list, an item suitable for a Christmas gift, some Christmas wrapping products, a general Christmas item, and some Christmas food. Before I begin, they are going to give you guys 20% off your first order at Cherryz with the code Carla Jenkins 20. So if you've never ordered at Cherryz before, download the app, have a flick through. You can see it running at the side of the screen now, all the wonderful stuff they've got. Have a flick through the app, see if there's anything you fancy. You're going to get 20% off your first order using the code Carla Jenkins 20. What have you got to lose? Let's have a look at what's in my box. It's not weird. So first up then, a festive item. Last year I did Vlogmas, and one of the things that I did during Vlogmas last year was I wore different Christmas earrings here and there. There's a limit to how many Christmas earrings you can find that are not just like the ones you wore last year. So I thought we'd have something a little bit different. I've got these. I can't guarantee to wear them every day during Vlogmas because they are clear. I'm wearing my own specs underneath, which probably makes me look very odd indeed. They are adult fancy dress novelty glasses. I'll put the price on the screen for the things that I've bought, things that are in my parcel. I think they're fab. I think they're very funky. They need, because I've got my own glasses underneath, I think I would need to blue tack them a bit to make sure they stayed in the right place. But if you were not a glasses wearer, they would look like this. I now can't see you guys. I am so blind without my specs that the camera is just a kind of a blur over there somewhere. So I'm like Mr. Magoo basically. But yeah, I think they're quite fun. And I think they would jazz up any festive outfit. So if you invite me to any kind of Christmas shenanigans this year, don't be surprised if I rock up wearing my Christmas tree specs. I'll take them off for now though, so as not to distract you with the glory of them while I look at the other items. Something suitable for a Christmas gift. I saw these in a large supermarket chain which will not be named, but every little helps. They were cheaper on Cherryz. So this is Dairy Milk Festive gift pack. It contains 4 large festive bars. There is 2 lots of the Winter Wonderland bar, 1 lot of Winter Gingerbread bar, and 1 Winter Orange bar. They all look wonderful, but it's not for me. It is a gift for Anthony. It was part of his Christmas. Anthony's a chocolate fiend. I like my chocolate, but Anthony's a chocolate fiend. He will sit down, he might eat all these in one evening. So yeah, they were cheaper on Cherryz than they were in the big shall not be named. So I thought that was worth knowing as well. So yeah, 4 large bars. Are they 200 gram bars each? Let's have a look. It's 2 100 gram bars, 1 120 gram bar, and 1 95 gram bar. So that's a bit odd, Cadbury's. I'm not sure what you were doing there. Maybe somebody in the chocolate pouring factory just got a bit heavy-handed in some of the bars. But yeah, Anthony will be very pleased with that for part of his Christmas present. Next up, Christmas wrapping items. Now there might be more than one of these in here because I may have got carried away with my ordering, but I definitely got these to fit with what Cherryz asked me to see if they could challenge me to do. I do not get on with gift tags, tie-on gift tags. they come off. They come off. You sit there and you do all your Christmas wrapping and you put all the presents under the tree, and then you move them 15 times before Christmas comes because you're hiding others around the back, or you're trying to get to the tree lights to turn the lights off so the house won't burn down at night, or the dogs got round there and lost something, or somebody's turned up for their present before Christmas and you've rummaged around all the presents. Christmas Day comes, you start getting the gifts out from under the tree and you discover nothing's got a tag on. All the tags are in a little heap down there with all the pine needles and nothing's got a label on. Sticky labels. You can take this one to the bank. Get yourself sticky labels instead of tie-on gift tags and you will never get your parcels mixed up again. So it saves that awkward situation that I had one year when Tammy, who lived in a flat, opened a gift certificate for a garden centre that was intended for my mother. To be fair, she was very polite about it. She opened it and she went, "Lovely, thank you." And I looked at her face and I said, "Is it okay?" And she said, "Is it for me?" And I said, "Isn't it for you?" Yeah, turned out I'd given her my mother's gift. My mother wasn't there, luckily, so I was able to get that back, wrap it back up. Gift tags, sticky label tags are the way forward. What's next coming out of the box? Oh, Christmas food. I am the only person in this house who likes Christmas pudding. Literally, my dad used to like it. Me and Dad were the only ones who liked Christmas pudding, and every year Dad would make me a Christmas pudding, and every year I'd say to him, "Dad, it needs to be smaller because there's only me going to eat it." So it started off, it was a Christmas pudding, like a huge family-sized, you know, Christmas pudding, and I said, "Dad, it needs to be smaller." So the next year it went down a little bit in size, and maybe it was only as big as a football, and I was like, "Dad, no, it needs to be smaller." And the next year it went down. Eventually we got to the point where it was probably about the size of a human head. Probably was about as far as I got. He didn't seem to be able to get it any smaller. Every year he would bring this Christmas pudding, and I like Christmas pudding, I enjoy Christmas pudding, and I would start ploughing through it, and every year about half of it would have to end up going in the bin because I couldn't face any more. This is my size of Christmas pudding. My dad's no longer with us, so I don't have to worry about the human head size pudding turning up. This is my size. This is an individual pud. I've got a can of Pepsi Max here, look, so we'll give you size comparison. It's just big enough to sit on top of a can of Pepsi Max. The good thing about Christmas pudding is if I don't eat it this year, it doesn't go out of date until January 2025. That's the booze that keeps that fresh. I went for the classic one. There are a couple of different flavours on the website. I went for classic. I like classic pudding. That's one person, one portion. That'll do me. I wonder what it's like calorie-wise. The entire pudding is 100 grams, and 100 grams is 315 calories. That's not too bad, as long as I have low-fat squirty cream with it instead of double cream or clotted cream or custard or all of the above. That's my pud for Christmas Day. Christmas decor. These were so cute. Look at these. These are elf hat cutlery holders. Sorry about the light, by the way. I'm recording this in the evening. The light's on that side of the room. I did put the lamp on behind me to try and help, but it's not made a lot of difference. Elf hat cutlery holders. So your little cutlery. I haven't got any cutlery handy. Funny enough, have I got a pen? Maybe I've got a pencil. Imagine this is cutlery. I mean, maybe in some countries they eat with a pencil. Who knows? Here's my little elf hat. My little cutlery sits in there. That's going to sit at the table, at the Christmas table, marking each person's place. There's 4 in there, which is ideal for our family because we will be a family of 4 for Christmas dinner this year. So I just thought they were just a little cute touch. Mum will like them. Mum likes quirky little things like that, funny little things like that. So that'll make her smile. I got a little pack. Oh, it's exploded at the bottom. I got a little pack of Christmas lights. I know you can get these in lots and lots of places. They're LED Christmas lights and they run on 2 AAA batteries, which I don't happen to have about my person right now. I bought them with the idea that I might use them in a craft project, so watch this space for that one. If I do, it'll come out during Vlogmas. Cannot get them back in the packaging to save my life. They'll have to stay out. Another one for Anthony's Christmas present. Every year I buy him some shortbread. Sometimes I get him a big presentation tin, sometimes I just get a little bit, but shortbread is one of his traditional Christmas gifts. He likes shortbread biscuits. Dunks them in coffee, and I think he pushes it past the point of sensible, really. You know, you've got biscuits, some biscuits are good for dunking, some biscuits have a strong structural integrity and you can dunk them and you can pretty much be sure that your biscuit isn't going to dive to the... Shortbread is a little bit dodgy for that because of the crumb factor. So one minute you're dunking, the next minute you've just got a little stump in your hand. He's a bit overly brave with the dunking. turned into a funny video, this. He's a bit overly brave with the dunking, is my boy. I do not know what I thought I was doing when I ordered this. I think the colours just made me laugh. In your house, if you have small people, you have maybe got on board with the elf on a shelf trend that's been sweeping the nation for the last few years. So if you don't have small people and you haven't heard of elf on the shelf, the elf turns up at the beginning of December, and ostensibly he is sent to keep an eye on the children to make sure they're behaving, and he'll report back to Santa, and if they've been good they'll be on the nice list and get presents. If they've been bad they'll be on the naughty list. However, the elf himself is traditionally very, very naughty, and he gets up to all kinds of scrapes, and so when the children get up each morning they'll find that the elf's been naughty and done something different. Maybe he's spilt all the cereal, or maybe he's been making mud pies in the bathroom. Who knows? Who knows? Long story short, this is an elf outfit. I don't have an elf. I have shelves. Maybe I'll get an elf for my shelf. I don't have small children. The elf does not need to come to my house to keep an eye on the small children, see if they're naughty or nice. I've got big children, they're very naughty all the time. They're well past the point of an elf keeping an eye. But this is a Rainbow Pride elf jacket. I thought it was funny. I think that was my only reason for ordering it. And so it's got a little cardboard elf in it to show. Just look how fabulous it is. I might get a little elf and send this to keep an eye on Josh during send it to keep an eye on Josh during December, and if he's a good boy he can have his Christmas present. There are all sorts of funky fun things on the Cherryz app. You need to make sure you go and check it out. If you're having an elf on the shelf visiting you this season, maybe he can turn up in a rainbow fluffy jacket. Something for the faces that have appeared around the table. They heard me opening this packet for the elf jacket and they thought it was for them. This one is for them. This is just a packet of dog treats. It is Purina Adventuros strips, got wild venison flavour, low in fat, no added colours. It says fuel your dog's imagination. I don't know if I want them to be imaginative. You're troublesome enough, aren't you, without starting imagining things, but you can have a treat if you want. They look like this. They've got a real strong, I suppose it's a bacony smell, even though they're supposed to be venison. I suppose that's a bacony smell. Molly approves. One for you, Kai? There you go, darling. One for you. But he's asleep, but he'll wake up if I put one under his nose. Yeah, there he is. There you go, darling. One for you. So yeah, Adventuros strips for the dogs. A little treat for the doggies. Could have kept them for Christmas, but you know, not going to get away with that, am I? Don't they were there. Back on the Christmas food. Ooh, nearly got the box on, buddy. It's not Christmas without a box of biscuits. I went for the McVitie's Victoria Classic Biscuits. I'll have a drink. I went for the McVitie's Victoria Classic Biscuit Selection. It says less packaging, more biscuits. That sounds good to me. I don't know how many layers. I mean, traditionally you get 2 layers, don't you, in a box of biscuits, and some sneaky bugger always goes to the bottom layer and takes the best one, and when you get there, you're like, who's been in the bottom layer? Now, you know, don't you? You know that the unspoken rule of boxes of biscuits is you have to eat all of the top layer, even the dull ones, before you start on the bottom layer, but there's always someone who breaks the rules. It's not me. So they've got chocolate chip cookie, milk chocolate square, half-coated milk chocolate shorty, full-coated milk chocolate digestives, white chocolate crumble, that sounds nice, ordinary chocolate crumble, half-coated plain chocolate cookie, milk chocolate shortcake, milk chocolate wheel, and a milk chocolate biscuit, which is like a finger, but I presume because they're not Cadbury's, I expect that the name Fingers is probably trademarked. So yeah, it says less packaging, more biscuits, and it's 600 grams. I couldn't tell you what they were before, so I don't know if that is more biscuits or not, but that's our Christmassy biscuity treat. It's not Christmas without a box of biscuits. Also need to get a tin of Danish butter cookies, but they did not have them on Cherryz, sadly. While we're talking about biscuits, I have been off of the biscuits mostly for over a year now. Not completely. Every now and again, the biscuits come and get me, or I go and get them. Before I went on to my calorie crush, new way of eating, trying not to be such a fatty kind of way of life, I bought a lot of these. These are the world's best biscuits. You will have heard me talk about those in vlogs before if you've been around this channel for a while. They are Fox's Melts Viennese chocolate. They are luxurious buttery biscuits with a chocolate centre. There are 68 calories per biscuit, and in this box there are, I think, 3, 6, 9, I think there's 15 in there. The old me would eat that packet of biscuits for breakfast and think that was reasonable. The new me still would, given the chance, but the new me knows she can't get away with it. They are the world's best biscuits. I think I'll have to get Natalie to take them away and just dish them out to me a couple at a time, because they are delicious. I had to order them when I saw them there. I was in the biscuit category ordering the Christmas biscuits and they jumped in the basket. Oh, apparently, I think the Adventuros strips might have been 2 for something, because I have 2 packets, so maybe they were 2 for $1.50 or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It'll have been on the screen, you guys will know before I do. And I also got Munch Crunch Chew Sticks, which are high in beef. High in beef. Not made of beef, they're just high in beef. Full of flavour, daily dog treats, lip-smackingly good. And there's 20 in the packet of those. They don't need another treat now, they've just had a venison strip. This is still going. I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning. This was 40 quid, this box of stuff, and I'm still going. So I think I've done pretty well for my £40. My children may be adults, but apparently even when you are 30 and 25 respectively, you still like a Christmas stocking. I don't think we did them last year. I think last year I tried to say you are too old now for Christmas stockings. Apparently that was a disgrace. I am a disgrace of a parent. I should have been put down. I was excommunicated as a parent for part of Christmas Day last year. So I've learned from my mistakes. There will be Christmas stockings this year, and there are always a tube of sweets in a Christmas stocking. So we've got Milky Bar Buttons, both of them like white chocolate. 25 and 30 years old. These are for Mum's Christmas tree. She only has a little tree, and she likes, she really likes robins. So when I saw these, can you see them, or is my face focusing too much? They're little clip-on robins. They're really cute. Dear little things. Little clip-on robins to just clip on the branches of your Christmas tree. I thought they were lovely, and I know Mum will like them, so I grabbed those for her. Really fancied this. This is Bounty Coconut Hot Chocolate. I've never tried the coconut hot chocolate, but I love coconut anything. This has been a recent thing. I've always liked coconut flavour stuff, but in the last 2 years I've got really into coconut flavour stuff, and I thought that sounded really nice. Bounty Coconut Hot Chocolate. So we're going to give that a go. You use 20 grams apparently, and just hot water or milk. If you make it with hot water, it'll be 78 calories. If you make it with semi-skim milk, it'll be 160 calories for a mug full. So I'm really looking forward to trying that. I'm also quite looking forward to trying these. I thought what I might do is give them to Mum as part of her Christmas, and then she can share them with me on Christmas Day. They are Quality Street Intrigue Salted Caramel Truffles. I hadn't seen these in the shops. This is the first time I've seen them, so I've never tried them, but they do sound good. I'm sure Mum won't mind sharing. I might have to get these wrapped and put up in the loft to stop me trying them before the big day. Only a couple of things left. Still on the things you can give as a Christmas gift. I got Anthony some Adidas Dynamic Pulse Aftershave. I don't know if he needs to have a dynamic pulse. I'm sure his pulse is adequate. I have no idea what it smells like, but it was very inexpensive, so... Oh, that's quite nice. That's a fresh blokey aftershave scent. I like that. That's quite nice. I can put up with him smelling like that when he wanders past. For those who don't know, Anthony lives in a van, and the van is most often to be found on the driveway. We don't speak of that. Anyway, he spilt some milkshake in there last week, and so he was scrubbing the van out, and after he'd scrubbed the van out, he said, oh, he came in looking for something he could spray around. He disappeared into the bathroom, went back out. I went out onto the driveway about 10 minutes later and was just engulfed in this massive cloud of Lynx Africa. It was like walking back into 1992 when everybody wore Lynx Africa. So maybe I'll get him some air freshener or something as well. Last thing, I think, yeah, last item out of my big Cherryz box is a pair of warm vanilla little jar candles. I love the scent of vanilla, but probably a vanilla candle is probably the one that I nearly always go for. And I think it reminds me of cake. And these looked nice. The packaging is really quite nice, so you could give these as a gift. They've got a lovely scent. That really reminds me, did any of you collect rubbers as a kid? Now for my American viewers, I mean erasers. got in trouble with that one before. In England we call them rubbers because you rub out your work with them, and in the 80s there was a real craze for collecting them. You know, girls used to walk around with massive pencil boxes full of rubbers and trade rubbers with each other, and you could get scented ones. And that smells exactly like one of the scented rubbers that I had as a kid in my collection. I think that's everything. Did I fulfill my Cherryz challenges? Let me just check. Something off of my wish list. That was the Bounty hot chocolate. This might seem like a strange thing to have on your wish list, but I had actually seen these in the shops and fancied trying them. Hadn't bought them, so that's off of my wish list. A wrapping paper product. Didn't see any gift wrap that I wanted, and furthermore I have a lot of gift wrap in the loft. I've done that thing a couple of years now when I bought a lot of wrapping paper in the January sales and put it up in the loft, so I don't need to buy any this year. But the gift tags, the sticky gift tags, always need those. So that fulfilled my gift wrapping product bit. Christmas item, I think we more than fulfilled that, didn't we? What with my my jazzy specs and my my elf on the shelf coat and my robins for Mum's tree, I think we more than covered that. Christmas food, I've got my Christmas biscuits and my Christmas pudding, so yeah, covered that bit. And what was the other one? Oh, something to give as a gift. Well, I've got Anthony's aftershave, I've got chocolate for him, I've got chocolate for my mum. I think I did really well on the challenges. Take the crazy glasses back off. I think I did pretty well on the challenge that Cherryz set me, so thank you, Cherryz, for giving me this fun video to make. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Remember, if you have not yet downloaded the Cherryz app, you can pop on to your Play Store or whatever it is on an iPhone. I have Google Play Store, and download the Cherryz app, and you can get 20% off of your first order using the code Carla Jenkins 20. So go and give it a go. Thank you for watching. I'll be back soon. Take care. Bye for now.